Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily. It's Des here. Wake up to walk. Who's ready to attack the day? Really on it today. It's a bit cold. It was dark when I came out, but been really looking forward to getting back to Collick Park. One of my most favourite places. That's where I am today. Just show you behind me. I'll show you a bit more as we go along. Absolutely amazing place. Like I say, definitely one of my favourites. Since I've been kind of paying attention a little bit more to what I do over the last few years, this place has been a huge part of that. You know, finding it on a walk one day and then sort of realising that there was a park one here. Spent a lot of time here, and whilst I have in the last few years, in the last few months I haven't. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to get back, give it a real go, get around the lakes, you know, enjoy the fresh air. Believe me, it's really fresh today. And the reason I've kind of done that is because this week I've been talking a little bit, not too much, it's not really been a theme, but I've been talking about self-awareness. You know, I've been aware a few times that the situation still does get to me, despite trying to be positive, despite trying to do the right things. And fortunately, I've been able to nip it in the bud by doing the right things, you know, by getting out, by getting for a walk, going for a run, you know, using the targets I've set myself, making myself accountable. So this is just another one of those. Getting here always puts a smile on my face. You know, I must have 4 million pictures over my last couple of phones of this place, but so what? Do you know, I'll take another 4 million in the next few visits because I absolutely love it. Do you know, you look behind me, look at the skies, a bit strange. Do you know, the sun's coming up, but it's so cold. I think it was about 2 degrees. But that, you shouldn't let that stop you, because, do you know, we'll soon warm up. The one thing I wish I had done is wear gloves. My hands are absolutely freezing, so if you are getting out, be sure to get your hat and gloves on, you know. But why wouldn't you? Do you know, this is absolutely fantastic. It's peaceful, apart from the ducks. Lots of dog walkers out, as you'd expect, you know, at the break, at daybreak. So it's nice to see people getting in their exercise, getting the dogs some exercise, you know. Whilst they might be doing it for the dog, it's important that they're doing it for themselves as well. And that's all we're trying to do, isn't it? Is encourage activity, stay strong, stay on top of the situation. Particularly this week, I think all the positivity of the first couple of weeks, it's just dipped a little bit, and I'll include myself in that, despite the fact I'm still trying to be positive. I'm still doing all those things. Some of the guys around me, some of the people I spend time with or talk to, sort of online or whichever way we do that, just noticed a little dip, and of course that's going to happen, isn't it? We're what now? 3 weeks into a new 3 weeks into a new lockdown, but fingers crossed there's some good news on the horizon, and we'll get through it. You know, we'll come out the other end, and because of all the things we've done in the meantime, because of getting out there, attacking the day, you know, processing things, we'll be all the better for it. You know, we can do this stuff when there's no lockdown. We can do this stuff when there's no COVID or when there's no wars in the world. This actually takes us away from all those. You know, it's free. It makes you feel better. You know, and of course it makes you physically fit, which is always the key thing for me. You know, it's always the centre of what I do, because I now understand the importance of that and the knock-on effect it has. And if I can pass that message on in any way, that's really, really important, isn't it? You know, whilst I talk about sort of mental health and feelings that we have and experiences that we're having, you know, what it all boils back to sometimes, and I have to sort of pull it back to that, is the fact that getting out there and getting active is so important to what we do. Do you know, every Friday I absolutely feel like I'm on top of things because I get up early. Do you know, I get out for a walk. I've got that determination to do it, that dedication to what I do. Do you know, of course I've made myself accountable, but I don't get up early every Wednesday. Do you know, and I don't feel great every Wednesday. So what I'm trying to do is just find things that work. Like I say, that self-awareness thing. Do you know, touched on it a few times, that because of doing this, because of talking about it, I can now see it coming. Do you know, sometimes people ask me, what do you mean when you say you can see it coming? Well, just little habits, do you know, that take. It might be hard for me to get up early. I might be eating rubbish, do you know. I might be getting annoyed. Twitter is one of them. So I'll pull myself away from that for a couple of days, or just post positive stuff, do you know. So just little things like that. Nothing major. It's not me sort of sat in a corner with my head in my hands, but to try and stop that situation. Not that I really get there, but do you know, to try and stop we all know what it's like. Do you know, you get on this downward spiral and you start sort of like more and more annoy you get upset, and whilst I'm not having to go at anybody, do you know, it's one of those things that naturally happen sometimes. We've all been there, do you know, nobody can say any different. If we can just do what we can to make ourselves feel better, why wouldn't we? And this definitely makes me feel better, getting up early. Do you know, the thought of the weekend, do you know, is one of the reasons it's probably slightly easier to get up for me. Do you know, having a few days to sort of regroup, get everything in order, go again next week, because that's basically how we live, isn't it? Do you know, we work hard. I appreciate some people work at the weekend, and of course people do different things, but generally we hit it hard whilst we're at work, then we have a few days off to sort of regroup and go again. And that's all I'm doing here. Do you know, a Friday for me is all about getting out there, making the most of the day, preparing. Whilst I generally get a couple of days rest, I'm also preparing for next week, so when it does come around, do you know, I'm on top of it, I'm ready to go. No shocks, no surprises, do you know, doing my best to stay on top of things, and that's all it's about. That's all I've really sort of discussed this week. It's not been too deep, not quite as much as last week, but that's just what it's about. It's about either trying to control things, do you know, like I feel I've done this week, is try to control my own situation, or if you're in real control, trying to push on, trying to prepare, trying to be where you need to be to help others, do you know, and that's through DOdaily, through the DOdaily community and all the activity. That's all we're looking to do, is motivate and inspire people to get out there, get active, stay strong, do you know, and be there for each other. I mentioned briefly at the end of Thursday Thoughts yesterday, I think it's really important to keep the conversation going. Again, whilst we can all attack the first few weeks of lockdown, we think we know how to do it now, do you know, we think we're on top of it at times, maybe. Like I say, I've just noticed those little bits of stress and anxiety creeping into everyday life, so the best thing we can do for that is just to try and be as normal as possible. And what we'd do if we was on top of things is keep talking whilst we can't meet friends, which we'd normally do. We'd keep talking to friends and family, do you know, and there's no reason. I know it's a bit of a drag some these days with Zoom and all these things, but there's no reason we can't stay in touch, because whilst Zoom can be a bit of a pain, do you know, you can feel a bit zoomed out, it's more important to talk to your family, stay on top of things, make that telephone call, send that text message, you know, to stop us getting deeper into the problem. And that's all I've got to say today, guys. You know, it's just, like I say, I'm a bit aware of what's going on with me. I'm noticing that others are potentially struggling a little bit too. So it's just a cheer up. Go on, get out there, you know. If you can't get out early, try and get out at some point during the day. And even if it's at night, you know, that's not a problem either. But look up to the sky, you know. Kind of learned something about 3 months ago when it was summer and the sky was blue, was to look up and just sort of look at the blue sky. Someone said it worked. Kind of stumbled across it myself though. I'd not particularly heard it at that point. It just made me realise the importance of being out during daylight, and we can all get a little bit bogged down in the winter by sort of working during the daylight hours. So if you can, even if it's your lunch break, just get out for a 15-minute walk around the block. It'll make so much difference. It'll change your outlook going into the weekend. Rather than carrying all those problems of the week, all those problems that the situation brings, it'll change your outlook and you'll be ready to attack it. Do you know? Of course, as ever, I'm looking forward to that coffee, bit of breakfast, and then I've got to get on with the things I do on a Friday. So, of course, I asked the question yesterday on Thursday Thoughts about your happy place. Do you know? Thanks to Jordan for I'm a Celebrity. Do you know, that seems to have been a little bit of the theme this week about realising what works for us. Do you know? So, of course, I'm in one of my happy places here. Do you know, whilst I don't generally call it a happy place, but you know what I mean. Somewhere I absolutely love, not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say why. Do you know, Colleague Park, absolutely fantastic. I definitely can't wait to come and park run here. I'm just by the finish line now at park run, so it's bringing back some of those memories. But for Saturday selfie, it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Showers, I think we might have even done it before, but it's a perfect reminder. I've been to Colic before, do you know, for wake up to walk, but I thought in the autumn, equally as amazing. You know, it's famous for its puddles. Been for a few of those, but seem to have smartened it up a bit as well. So if you can get here or get anywhere else, get out, get active, get to that place that makes you feel great. Let us know why, you know. And of course, I'm looking for that as the throwback question for Thursday Thoughts. So whilst I'll post them across the story tomorrow on Saturday Selfie, I'll also use them. So if you can get those posted up, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Like I say, it's just to motivate and inspire people to stay on top of it. We're getting there, guys. Keep going. Anyway, I'm gagging for that coffee.